So all of a sudden, the manager comes over and he was like, I just wanted to say, like, TK, thank you so much for dining with us tonight. We are so grateful to have you here. We're going to send out a bunch of things on the house, yada, yada, yada. And literally, my date is like, who the
are
hell
you?
are you?
It makes you look so
Like-
good.
I'm Zack Peter.
I'm Jeff Epstein.
I'm a disaster dater.
I'm a disaster.
Let's start rolling.
We're rolling.
They see me rolling. Okay.
They
hating.
hating. We got Tay trying to get me riding
Dirty.
filthy.
Okay, we are back for another episode of Disaster Daters, and we have a very special guest in studio. I like when it's not just a solo episode. Well, it's not solo.
I'm
'cause
like,
it's
solo,
a
bitch.
duo
What do you-
episode. No, Jeff doesn't know that I tape solo episodes when he's not around. JK. But we have a very special guest. You may know her as TK. She's all over the tickety talk. She's been killing it online. I
Thank
loved your
you.
last look the other day at the award show.
Thank you so much.
Please welcome Taylor King.
What? Hey, guys.
Okay, can I first just say that I used to pet sit for this person, and he had a dog that was named TK and Tiki, which is insane.
Wait.
Yeah.
Why?
It's very similar. I was not asked back because there was an incident, but I keep thinking TK.
Jeff, you need to when your name is Jeffrey Epstein, you can't just.
Oh no! I was like doing a ton of drugs, and I was like working on a motorcycle in the back because I got fixed, and then I like screamed, and then his neighbor woke up, and then I ended up like doing drugs with his neighbor downstairs, and then like she
Wait, this is
told
the owner
him-
of TK, the dog?
Yes.
Okay.
And Tiki.
And
TK.
Tiki.
But so when I think of TK, I'm literally like, oh my
Thinking
god.
of the dog.
I'm in this condo.
Yeah.
Doing drugs with this woman downstairs, and then she showed up.
Well, what if I was the dog?
Well, you do look
Uh.
animalistic. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. You are lovely. She actually, I told her, I was like, she reminds me of this girl that I grew up with who went to prison.
Shut up!
Yeah.
So you give prison
I give
vibes.
prison.
At Nemahan Correctional Facility.
You
in
give
New Jersey.
Elizabeth Holmes
Thank
if she were on
you.
TikTok.
What? Thank you.
We're gonna quickly, because this is not the point of this podcast, touch on Elizabeth Holmes and Jen Shaw in prison yesterday.
I love that Jen Shaw had a full updo and her earrings on in prison. In
Wait, I
between-
missed this photo.
Oh, it was a pop. Hold on,
Can I
let me
look it
show you.
up?
and she had
I have it
earrings
right here.
just like yours.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
I'm like,
she had an
are
updo.
you sneaking things in the inside for her?
So, well, the update on Jen Shaw is that not only has she been doing makeup tutorials, she also is doing workout classes.
Jen Fonda.
Shamazing abs.
Are those? Yeah.
It's Shamazing abs. And
shut up.
Yep. Look at this them
Taylor, where you been, girl?
I don't know. I guess not on.
in them together.
Shut
Just
up.
like walking
Yeah.
the courtyard. Jen's glam, so you know it was her
Elizabeth-
team that called the paparazzi because Elizabeth Holmes looks like she just rolled out of bed.
But
Wait,
she
how the
always
heck
was
is she
looking-
glam in
Okay.
prison?
Let's go first.
She's doing makeup tutorials.
But like,
You
with
do
what
get all right.
makeup?
So there's always like the makeshift kind of
you,
things.
know, you get like some red onions.
But
for a little
although
blush.
in stuff like that,
Raspberries.
you actually have
Yeah.
access. You have access to certain things, and in a federal facility like that, a low security federal facility, there's stuff you can buy from commissary and stuff. Like they sometimes have beauty salons.
Jen Shaw's running the beauty salon.
Get ready
Her
with me
hair
in
was
prison.
looking-
There we
yeah,
go.
for your date.
Get ready with me for my date in prison.
I wonder.
That
okay,
would be awesome, and I would be watching every bit of it.
do you think they have eaten each other's punanis?
No.
No,
Well,
I do not.
okay. They've now been in. Jen's been in for like I think a year this month. Elizabeth for like 9 months.
Has it already been a year?
Yeah. Do you think they're? All right.
Time
do they
flies
like,
when
have,
you
like
commit
what do they
crimes.
do? Do they like group finger sessions? I don't know. That's weird. No, I'm just kidding.
No,
They're in there for a long time. I'm like, do they hook up? Like, I don't know.
No, they just like.
I don't. I think they end up like, maybe not them two.
You've
but
never
I
had a dry spell? You just do you.
No, but I think a lot of the ladies end up, and I feel like their husbands are like, yeah, do what you want.
Sex ed with Jen Shaw.
Sex ed with Jen Shaw.
Mondays we have makeup tutorials. Tuesdays and Thursdays we have Shamazing abs. And then Friday nights we have Jen After Dark.
I would love that, and I would tune in.
Right?
You're like, I would join in.
Sign me up. Okay, well, Taylor, this is Disaster Daters. Do you have what was your last date? Good or bad?
Well, my last date I had scheduled, he canceled.
Oh.
Yeah, kind of. A
Why did
bummer.
he cancel? Day of?
Literally, he wasn't even gonna tell me. Like, I'm the one that was like had to follow up, which is like red flag.
flag.
You're like,
And I
"Hey,
was
are we
already
still
pissed
doing it
about.
tonight?"
Yeah,
Yeah.
I had to do one of those. And that's happened to me like I think 2 or 3 times now. And now I'm like, fuck the apps.
Yeah.
I'm in a I hate the apps
Yeah,
phase.
I've gotten off all the apps.
I just know for a fact I'm going to meet my boyfriend
At
or
Whole
my
Foods.
husband, probably. Yeah, or like in real life.
Yeah.
In the wild.
My dream is that I'm at a gas station and somebody's like, oh my, because you don't have to compliment me, but my car. And they're like, oh my God, I love your car. And we just start talking about cars. And then we go home and like make out and listen to music. And then that's my husband. But at a gas station, preferably a Shell.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why a Shell?
Because then it knows, I know that we're both kind of in tune and aligned with what kind of gas we put in our cars. 'cause
Got
I'm
it.
a gearhead.
You're not a Valero kind of guy.
No.
Or
It's like,
Costco.
I'm a Marlboro Menthol, not a
What about like a
Parliament, you know?
7-Eleven?
No. No.
You
Maybe,
do
maybe.
have
Or
7-Eleven.
Shell with a 7-Eleven.
You know,
Yeah.
you're like a Shell with the 7-Eleven rising.
I-
That is so true.
Okay, and what's my moon?
Costco. No, you're not
No,
Costco.
I'm like a one-off brand moon.
a Valero.
No, like a one-off, like a gas station that's like mom and pop owned. Two
Okay.
pumps.
Two.
Usually one pump is always broken.
Have you ever been stood up on a date?
No.
Okay, I've
Oh, yeah,
never
sorry.
shown up and like they didn't show up. I've never been stood up that
Well, 'cause
way.
now we can text.
But like I just don't understand the planning and like if you're gonna cancel, I get it. Like I
Yeah.
prefer when people cancel. I'm like
the
slay. I
best.
love when people cancel.
I was
Live,
hoping
laugh,
you
love
canceled
it.
today. No, I'm just-
I was hoping you guys would cancel.
No.
Anyway, I don't mind when people cancel. I get it. Shit happens.
Yeah.
Whatever. I'm not offended at all. But it's like when you are going to cancel and you don't. Like
Yeah.
when you're not going to show up and you don't cancel. Like at least text the day of.
Well, I do get offended if like you're not that hot, but like I was willing to give you a shot anyway, and then you canceled the day of, and I was like, "Excuse me,
Okay,
this
yeah,
was
yeah,
a
yeah,
charity
yeah.
day.
I was just gonna say you're already going for
Very
charity.
true.
I'm
very true.
philanthropic.
Yeah,
you
no,
should
literally.
be respectful.
You're not gonna take a donation.
Exactly.
Exactly. Yeah, I agree with that.
I'll
I've
pump
had it.
yeah.
Well, I've had it where like maybe it's not so much dates or like I don't know. Like one time, actually, this is kind of weird. Okay, so I am like, well, okay, I was gonna hang out with my exes when I was dating my ex. His best friend was dating somebody else, and even at the time, we both had kind of always like been attracted to each other. There's one, and I would be like, "You're so cute," blah blah, and they're like, "That's so good, you guys are friends." In my head, I'm like. One time we were like walking down the street, we all went out and we were like holding hands. I'm like, how didn't everyone miss this?
You and your ex, or you and your ex's friend?
Me and my ex's friend's ex. Like, yeah. Like
were you guys dating each? You were.
I was dating my ex, and then his best friend was dating his ex.
Got it.
So that we were, whatever.
And then you were hitting on the ex.
No, we weren't. We just both hit it off. But it's weird. And I would never do anything because I do not support cheating or homework. So nothing was ever acted on. But like there was
Glad
definitely
you draw
just.
the line somewhere.
Well, yeah. So there was definitely just this vibe here, whatever. But then yeah, even like last year we were supposed to hang out, and I was like, oh, I'm sick, so I can't. So I've done things like that. But I was like, what's an official date? Like we were maybe gonna hike. So maybe I've canceled. But then now he just came back town. He was like, oh, like guess. And I was like, oh, but I'm like, is this weird? Also, I just found out he lives on the same street, like a few buildings down from my ex. So I'm like, what if he saw my car there? Anyways.
What if?
What a riveting
And I remember
story.
that at the time he was like, it's so good you guys are friends. Like, I'm glad you guys really get along. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, want to suck his dick? Yeah.
When was your last date?
I had a date like a month ago at El Compadre in Silver Lake, and it was horrendous. Oh my god. Oh, Davide.
Thank you,
Hi.
sir.
We were just gonna say, okay, all right. It's
Jeff,
really okay.
relax.
Well, no,
It's coffee.
I'm not on these
It
pants.
wasn't on the
Okay,
pants.
all right.
I'm gonna need you to take a deep breath.
I was almost liquid assaulted.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good to see you.
I was almost assaulted. You know what I forgot to tell? Because we were talking about like dating escape stories last time. I totally forgot about this. Didn't happen this time. One time I was at a restaurant.
Can you finish your last story
I
so
will
that we
wait,
don't have
wait,
to
real quick,
edit
real quick.
disaster?
And I'm like, how the fuck do I get out of this? I don't know why I forgot about this. I went up to the waiter and I was like,
Sorry, I
this
just
is
got
weird
a
that you also-
coffee. That
it's
was
also
the
weird.
interruption.
It's also weird that you almost spilled it. I walked up to the waiter and I was like, can you just spill something on me? Like, I want to fucking go home. And he was like, no. And I was like, please. I was like, I'm not gonna tip you. You don't spill. And he was like, fine.
Shut up.
Yeah. And he was like,
What
fine.
restaurant?
This is also
El
a Mexican.
Compadre? Oh, no.
This is also a Mexican restaurant. I don't remember what it was. It was somewhere in like West Hollywood. This was years ago. And he was like, okay. And he spilled soda all over me.
Shut up.
And I remember crossing my head first, being like, "Am I okay with these pants getting ruined?" Like, yes to all. Like, just fucking do it. And then I was like, "Oh my god, I have to go." It lasted forever, but it reminded me because the last date I went on El Compadre, every drink took 45 minutes to come, and it was horrible. You know when he walks up, he doesn't even speak, and I'm like, "Oh fuck, this already sucks." We were there for 3 hours.
No.
Because everything, and then at the end, they mixed up our bill with the other table. So we hear the other table being like, "Wait, this is wrong." In my head, and it was like at least triple the price. I was like, "I don't care. Let's just fucking pay. I want to go." It was so expensive, and I was like, and I'm broke, but I was like, I need to get out of here. We're not even figuring this out. It was horrific, and it was so fucking cold in there. The Silver Lake location is not good. The West Hollywood location is good. Yeah.
That is so ballsy for you to ask the
That's a spill.
waiter to do that. That's hilarious.
I was gonna be like, cut me, but then I was like, no, just spill something.
Yeah, we did an episode on like exit strategies of how to navigate getting out of a bad date or a bad sex situation.
And what do you feel like is the best exit strategy?
Well,
Jeff had a great one. He screamed that his mom was trying to kill herself, and he ran out of the
I
apartment.
didn't scream. I walked in. I went to the bathroom. And I assessed. I came out, and I was like, "Oh my god, my mom's tried to kill herself. I have to go."
No, you did not.
Well, and then I was
Jeff,
like,
that
know,
is
it's
insane.
So I told you, I
Jeff!
I pushed the limits, and I totally forgot the spilling
Jeff,
story.
that is.
You know, I panic, and I'm like, I gotta get out of here.
That is bananas. I mean, I guess like
I'm
desperate times call for desperate.
I'm like, that man was foul. Wait, do you have any exit stories or strategies?
I just commit.
I just
Slut.
am like I've never like been like in a date where it was so horrible that I'm like I gotta go ASAP Rocky. Like I'm like we can finish the date.
Like
we
spill
can do
burning
the
hot
dance.
liquid on
yeah,
me.
yeah, we
Yeah.
can like do the. We'll pretend we like each other and then we'll politely leave. But I've never had like an insane like. Like I'm super uncomfortable. I think honestly I wouldn't say anything. I would just leave.
You know what's so crazy? It's almost like I don't even think it was that bad. I think I was just like, I'm bored. I'm so over this. And I'm very impatient. And I was like, we're not. Then at the Elkin Project in Silver Lake, yeah. From as soon as he sat down too, and what had happened was I had met him at High Tops like a week prior, and I remember just being like, "You're so hot. You're a ginger," because I love gingers, which he was. But like, was drunk and knew nothing about him. But then just happened to be like, "Oh yeah, let's go on a date." And he walks up and he was like, "Hi," and I was like, "Oh fuck!" As soon as I heard the voice, and then just no conversation. And this is always the thing too, where they'll be like, "You're really good at holding conversation." In my head, I'm like, "Yeah, because I'm fucking carrying the whole fucking convo. So you're not saying
That's
shit."
the worst when they don't. Yeah.
And so it was both like, even when he was like another drink, we were both like, "Yes." Took 45 minutes, and
No.
I was so then I was like, "I'm going to the bathroom." I went to the bathroom. I
Get
went
a
to
shot at the
got
bar.
a shot.
Yeah.
Yep, that's
Yeah,
what
yeah.
you
I
do.
was like, I'm not playing this game. I came
No,
back
yeah.
and he's just like waiting, and I was like, "Okay."
Sorry, I
find
had diarrhea.
Yeah.
Tell me if you guys agree. I find that because I mean we talk for a living and I have a podcast as well. I'm good at conversing. So like I'm good at carrying along the conversation, asking all the
Yeah.
questions, doing the dance, right? And if they're not, I have to literally tell myself like stop asking
Yeah.
questions. I have to be like
Yeah.
and like someone told me once like it was like in a college class I had, they were saying like if to not interrupt, if you struggle with interrupting, they were like literally put your hand
Yeah.
over your lip like this so you don't interrupt because it's literally you saying like don't fucking speak right now. And I have to literally do that sometimes because I'm like, are y'all gonna ask me a
Well, because
question or not?
We're so trained to fill the space,
Yes.
right? You toss the ball so that the ball's never
I'm
in
like,
the
don't
air.
host. This
Yeah.
isn't an interview.
Yes, and that's what I've been told with guys that I haven't gone on second or third dates with. Or like, it's because I felt like you were interviewing me. I was like, well, because you didn't fucking talk, so
No.
that's not my problem. You're a terrible dater, and
Yeah.
you're welcome
Best-
that I gave you an hour of my time.
And the
Mhm,
best is when it flows rather than in this. Obviously, that kind of goes back to the podcasting space as well, where you're almost kind of queuing up the next question in your head.
Yeah.
So when I
Yes.
realize I have to do that, I'm like, this is terrible. Rather than like us just like not being able to get enough of talking to each other, where you're like, oh yeah,
Like
that
true
next.
chemistry.
Oh yeah, wait,
Yeah.
oh, yeah, we'll do that next. Yeah,
I
you're right.
just get drunk.
And well, yeah, and so it's just I'm like, obviously Zach, but I'm like as I sip my freezing cold hot toddy in this to-go cup, so you're like, yeah, I
Your
like keep it going, but
Yeti.
even on like, well,
that
my
is so
Yeti.
unhinged.
Unhinged. Oh, I was gonna say on Hinge. Actually, I'm unhinged on Hinge.
You
That's
need
like
to stop plugging the apps.
Oh,
Have you
yeah.
ever realized that every single story I tell, I never
looking
name an
for a
app?
partnership. Okay. No, I
Um,
don't. Well, but like even on there, I'll always start off. You know, like when you match, and you're like, I'll ask a question. If I already am not getting like good bounce back, I'm like, this is done. And I'll start off. I say this. I'm like, tell me something random. Sometimes they're like, I ain't blah 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 for
That's a
lunch today.
stupid question.
No, it's a good one. It's
Wait,
That's
I
a
was gonna say
terrible
that's
question.
okay. That's a.
it's a test. to
It's
see if they
actually
answer.
it's not technically a good question,
Oh. It's a
but
terrible
but
question.
it's
Oh.
also it's a good question if you're calculated, which is it sounds like you are because it opens up the ballpark, or like that for them to like say something crazy, or like it really gets them to show their personality.
And if they can keep
You know
the
what I
convo,
mean?
because sometimes again they're like, I have blah blah for lunch.
Tell me
Whereas
something
I'll
random.
be like, oh, like I have a twin, or like I've never left the country, or whatever, like things like that, and then it gets going, and that's worked where it will just bounce back. My first date with my ex, I met my ex Ryan on Hinge. Then we, instead of having like back and forth though, he was like, hey, do you want to just meet up, almost like a blind date? I was like, let's go for it. We meet up, we sit down. I said, tell me something random. He goes, I have a twin brother named Justin. And I said, I have a twin brother named Justin. This is true.
Wait, this is crazy.
No, I know. But then it was like, oh my.
And they've never slept together. I've already
Bitch.
asked.
But I'm like, so that's
About like the Shannon twins, you know, where
Yes.
Hugh Hefner has the twins because that's
Oh, the
like a
twins.
fantasy.
Yeah, the twins.
yes. But so then it like got going, and I was like, okay, and this is and so a lot of times like, what are you gonna answer? An ex did that with me first, but like it was kind of like we knew each other as friends, and one day he was like, we were kind of like being a little flirty in DMs, and he was like, tell me something random, and I was like, I think you're cute. Do you know what I mean? Where it's like it can be
Like I have a crush on you. Yeah,
Yes.
I like it because it opens up to a new can of worms that like you aren't. They get to guide the conversation now.
if they can.
If they can.
If they can,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
if
yeah.
they
It's-
can't, yeah.
I actually don't
I-
hate that question.
I just have
Thank
such
you.
a
Yeah.
low bar
Loser.
that I'm
Loser.
no. I just have such a low bar that I'm like they're gonna fail the test. Why I'm even
But
bother?
that's why it's the
But that's
test.
actually smart.
It's a good all of
It's a
these-
good test. It's
Yeah.
a good test question.
If we can't start riffing back and forth with one another from the jump, bonus points if we're like being witty and already making fun of each other. If we're making fun of each other in the first conversation and it's just going back and forth, like I will rip your fucking clothes off.
That's actually a great like red carpet interview question too. Like imagine a celebrity like tell me something random.
No, they
I
are
wanna know
terrible
what
at
they'd say.
interviewing on
Should I
red carpet.
host red
Most of the
carpets?
time.
Are
Have you ever done a red carpet?
Should I host one? I would love to. Hire me.
I've
somebody.
never done a red
Oh
carpet.
my god, you would be
That's
so
the only.
unhinged
That's
on a
the
red
only
carpet.
thing I've never done is
Should we
red
do
carpet.
Jeffy by Tay Tay?
Please, yeah,
A
literally
Jeffy
begging
by
to
Tay
see
Tay
that.
collab.
Okay, Taylor,
Yeah.
what would you say was your last best date?
Last best date. I'm like, let me think about this.
It's like when I had sex. Duh.
Okay, I have to be honest. Like, I haven't been in a big dating era lately. Like, I haven't been on a date in a while,
Okay.
in like a month or so. And like, normally I like to go every once in a while.
Yeah.
But like, I'm trying to think of like a really good, like the best I've ever.
Yeah, do the best you've ever been on. Like, why was it so good?
Okay, I actually have a crazy date
Ooh, I like
that I've
this.
been on.
Okay.
So there was this guy, and we're actually friends now. But I matched with him on, and I have to say the app because it adds to the story. I matched with
Okay.
him on Bumble, and my friend Alicia at the time, she was going through my phone and she was swiping for me, and we were like, I would swipe for her, she would swipe for me, because sometimes it gets too serious, and we were like, let's just like be fun and
Or
fun.
you're indecisive.
Wait,
you're like,
would
just do
you
it
ever
for
let me swipe for you? No.
I would, as a fun thing once, and I would do it for you as well. But you don't have it. Yeah.
It's
I'm
also
not
just
against.
fun to see like what they saw in that person, yada yada. So I'm like going through who she swiped with or who she matched with essentially, and I see this guy, and we'll call him Dan. So I
Okay.
see this guy Dan, and I'm like, wait, not this guy, because her and I have pretty like different types, and I'm like, Dan's kind of cute. So it's Bumble, so the female has to
Make the first move.
Yeah, make the first move. Which have to ask, if you're a gay man, who makes the first move?
That's
you
why
only
it's
have-
so confusing being gay.
Okay, shut up. You only have 24
Sorry.
hours. I know how
Well,
you have 24 hours, and one of you has to make the first move within the first 24 hours, or else the match goes dead. So either person can make the first move. You just have to make it within 24 hours of the match.
on that note, I also don't know who's supposed to propose when they're gay. It's very confusing being gay. Anyways, go ahead.
No, I agree. Or like
Yeah.
who pays?
Who pays? It's,
But I think when I think of like my gay friends, they're like whoever initiates the date, they are kind of expected to
I'm
pay.
never initiating a date again.
Like if someone
Yeah,
asks
that's like
you
a
on
common
date,
rule. Yeah.
that makes sense to me in my head.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I'm on Bumble. I see Dan. Alicia had swiped on him. And I'm like, okay, this guy's kind of cute. What should I say? So I'm like looking through his profile, yada, yada. And he said something about, he on his profile, it said like, I'm just looking for my Wendy Peppercorn.
Wait,
which-
what?
Do you know who Wendy Peppercorn is?
No.
No, I think
The
it's
girl
like
fr-
one deep Capricorn. I was like, what?
One deep Capricorn. That would be insane. That
I
would
was
be a
like,
huge
okay,
red
girl,
flag
get
if
your
a guy
deep
had
dish
that.
on.
No,
But okay.
no.
Swipe right.
Wendy Peppercorn is the lifeguard, the
Wait,
really hot
Wendy?
Wendy
From what?
Peppercorn.
Is it a girl or a guy?
Girl.
Okay.
Wendy.
Well, I know.
from the
How many
Sandlot.
guys do you know that are named Wendy?
I thought she was saying 1D, like One Direction.
Wendy, sorry,
Okay,
I'm not
Wendy.
enunciating enough. Wendy Peppercorn.
Okay.
And Wendy Peppercorn
Okay,
is
okay.
from the Sandlot. She's the. Do you know the movie The
I love
Sandlot?
The Sandlot.
Okay, she's the hot lifeguard
I don't remember her.
that gives CPR
Don't
Got
remember.
it.
to
Yeah.
the little kid. Or
It's a very
who-
dated reference to add to your current Bumble profile.
I understood
Surprised
it
you even understood
immediately.
it.
Wait, so he said what?
He hit on his profile. It said like just looking for my Wendy Peppercorn.
Okay.
That I actually love that he said that. By the way, okay, go ahead.
Okay, and
Okay.
I thought it was cute because I'm a Midwestern girl. I
Got it.
love the movie The Sandlot. It's one of my favorite movies. I immediately got it. So I say to him, because I have to make the first move, right? We haven't chatted at all, Dan and I. So I say, good thing I know CPR. That's all I messaged him.
And
Do you
he
get
picked
it?
up on
Yeah, I mean, I got
Do you
it.
get
If
it?
Don't, Zack.
So
Yeah.
in the movie, there's like one of the kids in the Sandlot who like plays baseball.
Yeah.
He's like this like nerdy guy with like his glasses and stuff. He's adorable, and he has the biggest crush on Wendy Peppercorn.
Yes.
So
I
he's
remember
like
this.
He fakes drowning
Yeah.
so they can do mouth to mouth
I could see
CPR.
that. I could
And then
see
it wasn't
myself
her,
doing
right?
that,
Wasn't it
yeah.
somebody else?
No,
that-
it was
oh,
Wendy.
It ended
It was
up being
Wendy
Wendy.
Peppercorn. So I say in the message or on Bumble, I say, "Good thing I know CPR." Kind of kitschy, kind of fun, kind
Yeah.
of cute, right? Like, you know, maybe we can go mouth to mouth eventually.
Yeah.
Type
Maybe
thing.
you can fake
Okay.
drown.
Yeah, whatever. I was just like, this is a good reference to your profile, but also being flirty and cute,
Yeah.
whatever. So he eats it up. We're chit chatting, and I noticed. No,
Wait, I was like, eats what up?
We both looked at each other like, oh.
no, sorry, not literally. He was like,
I
oh
was
my,
like,
you
that
know,
is the
we're-
best date ever. Yeah. Okay.
So we're having a great time. We're chit chatting, and I start noticing that his like. So I'm like, oh, the conversation's kind of dying. What do I say? And I look, and he has his Instagram on there, which I'm not going to say his last name, but it was like at Dan blah 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 and his last name. And I noticed his last name's kind of like funky, and it's like not a typical. It wasn't like Smith. So it stood out to me, and I know someone with the same last name, and I was like, that's interesting. I only know one or two other people with this last name, right? Who are from Indiana, and I'm from Indiana. So I was like,
Oh, this tracks.
that
Yeah.
I'm from
Yeah,
Indiana.
yeah, yeah,
Why?
okay. Just continue.
No, I need to hear this.
No, it's just an energy.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. But like in a good way.
Okay. Okay.
Just
Jeff
as
Epstein.
I'm from New Jersey. Like it just tracks.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. yeah.
Yeah, there's not much
And
good
he's
that
from
comes
LA.
out of New Jersey.
Ooh. New transplants, you know.
So then,
Excuse me, LA born and raised people are some of the best people.
They're
It's
the
you
best
who
people,
come
it's
and
the
fuck up
transplants.
LA.
No,
Okay,
literally.
thank
The
you very much.
transplants are the best.
Yeah. The transplants.
Just because you were
Fork
the
it up.
fucking star
we
of
fork it up.
Idaho and you wanted to come to LA because you thought that would make you feel special.
Well,
Love Idaho. Anyway,
yeah.
so I
Potatoes.
am like, I'm like, fuck it. Like, may as well ask if he knows this person, right? I'm like, whatever.
It's his
I'm
brother.
like, what are the odds you know blah blah blah? Like I say this person
Yeah.
who I know who has the same last name as him. And he goes, "Shut the fuck up. That's literally my cousin. I'm on FaceTime with him right now."
Oh my god.
And like keep in mind, like I'm in LA, this person's in LA, we matched in LA.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the literal this happened like
Wait, so how do you know the cousin?
because I grew up with them. I like know
Oh.
and I actually know both sets of his cousins. Like I
See,
just didn't know him.
This is the universe aligning.
And I was like,
your
what
soulmate.
the fuck? He goes, oh my God, he knows who you are. Like, because he was on FaceTime with, and he was like, what's your number? We like start chatting. It was great. So I was like, oh my God, like, this is meant to be. Like,
Yeah.
this is crazy. And I was like, if all else fails, like, we just have to meet because, like, we need to be friends, right?
Like great connection.
yeah,
Exactly,
insane connection. Like, what are the odds? This is crazy. Like, we already had the, like, cutesy, flirty moment. Like, this is great. I love where this is going.
Yeah.
So we go on a date and we're going to Laurel Hardware. And I show up to Laurel Hardware and I show up like 5 to 10 minutes late because I like to show up a little late on a date as the girl.
And I think it's nice to be able to like walk
Walk
in while
in and
he's
they're
sitting,
ready.
and he sees you walking into. And
I
you're
hate the like trying to find. I like it's like, oh, I'm here for a
Ugh.
date. It's this person. Take me to the table.
And
Yep.
or he's like, hey, I already ordered us an appetizer. Like, great. I'm like,
Yes.
wonderful.
And it kind of
Oh,
but it
yeah.
kind of allows them to like, I don't know, like make their mark. And I am like, oh, did they text? Are they gonna text me and ask what kind of drink I want? Are they gonna
Yeah.
order for me? Are they gonna
Where
order for the
are you?
table?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't know. I just like I like showing up like 5 to 10 minutes late.
Yeah.
Sorry, some
No,
people
s-
get mad about it. I like it. It's my
I
move.
like it.
As long as it's not like 30 minutes late, I'm fine.
No, exactly. Especially because I like as the female going to kind of this is like an unpopular opinion, but I like going in their area because I like being able to leave.
Yes.
I don't want them to come to my area and expect to come to my house.
Wait, what's your
and, like,
area?
downtown.
Oh, see, I'm the opposite.
you're
I'm like,
both
come to
downtowns.
downtown.
Just know
Come
both
to
of you,
the restaurant 2 blocks away from
See, my type is normally like a West Side boy,
I'm
so
think-
I'm like going to
Oh,
Santa
I'm
downtown's
like
actually a
West
deal
Side
breaker for
boys.
me. Like wouldn't date somebody downtown and wouldn't even go for a date downtown. That would be a no. Sorry.
Well,
Okay, well, I wouldn't
good
date
thing we don't have to date.
I wouldn't date an unemployed guy from the valley.
That's not me.
Oh yeah, you're in Hollywood.
I'm like, what? Yeah, I don't think. Yeah. Anyways, downtown.
Okay.
Okay.
Which
Okay.
downtown is so underrated.
Yeah, it is.
Actually, it makes no sense to me. I'm like, why would you move to Los Angeles and live downtown? That defeats the point of living in Los Angeles.
No, it doesn't.
Grass, neighborhoods, greenery, owning a vehicle, all this stuff. Suburbia in
It's actually
the city.
very convenient
It's
to live
actually
in downtown.
Yeah, it
guys
is.
You guys are actually the odd man now, and I will,
Also, I'm from a small town, so I wanted the big city.
bitch, go to New York City.
No, because I wanted to be in California. I wanted to be in
and-
Yes,
LA.
live in
yeah,
West
you get the
Hollywood.
best of all worlds
Yeah.
in downtown.
Both of you will
And
not
it's
win
very
this argument.
central.
I will go to bat for this.
It's
at another
literally you
time.
can get to
Okay.
anywhere rather
With
than
the
having to
exact
go
same amount of
through
time.
downtown.
Do you have a
Exactly.
vehicle?
Mhm.
Oh, so she does have a car downtown, which is different.
Mhm.
Okay, are you dating guys downtown?
Wait, can you let her finish her
Well, no,
story?
I was going to. She started telling
Okay,
me that.
so anyway, I show up like 5 to 10 minutes late. I walk in,
Dan.
and keep in mind, this is like when I just started like posting on the internet. Like I was not, I didn't have the numbers I do now.
Yeah.
Let's just say that. So I had probably like, I don't know, I forget how, irrelevant, cut it out. So I show up and I'm like 5 minutes late, and I go to the hostess at Laurel Hardware, and she's like, shut the fuck up. Are you TK's Juicy Polls? And this is like the first time this has ever happened to me.
Oh, it feels so good, right?
So I'm like,
Okay.
oh, and I'm so nervous because like I'm excited. This guy's hot. I can't wait to see him. Like, I don't know if he's at the table or if he's waiting for me, like whatever. So I show up and she's like, shut the fuck up. Are you TK's Juicy Polls? And I was like, oh, yes. Like, you know who I am type of thing. Cause this hadn't happened to me. Like I've only lived here a couple
Yeah.
years. Like I'm fresh
from
out of
Wisconsin.
Indiana.
Yeah.
Yeah, same thing. And we were chatting, and I was like, oh my God, like thank you so much for like watching my videos. Like whatever. We're chit chatting. She's
You're
like,
like,
oh my
fuck
God.
the day.
Yeah,
I'm
like
gonna grab a
she's like, I
ticket to this
stand
bitch.
you, girl. Like blah 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 blah. I can't remember if we like got a photo or whatever, but she was awesome, and I like to this day like we're still internet friends. I was like, let me follow
I
you.
always
Love
follow
that.
them too.
Yeah,
Yes,
I'm like,
always.
I want to follow you, like whatever. And I was like, actually, I'm really nervous. I'm here for a date. And she goes, shut the fuck up. I just sat him down. He's so hot. And I was like, what? Are you serious? And she was like, yeah, I'll take you to him right now. So
Oh, I
we
love
go.
this. Okay, go. Okay.
We go, and they take me and this guy, Dan, to like the VIP section of Laurel Hardware,
In the back,
which is like the couches. I think we normally
out. Is it like when you go past
yes
the
outside
yes.
with like the couch. It almost feels like a
It
step
is.
up.
It is.
It's like the
yeah.
VIP section.
I was actually just there.
Because I always go to Laurel Hardware because I love that restaurant, but I never get sat there unless like I guess the hostess knows who I am.
Fun fact. Wait, when did you move here?
8 years ago now.
I moved here when Laurel Hardware was a hardware store.
Oh, whoa, that's
I
crazy.
remember when it
and
was
then I
a
remember they
hardware
turned. I was like,
store.
whoa. So now, yeah.
Yeah, it's an iconic restaurant. Love
Yeah,
it. And
yeah.
it's great
I
for
haven't
steak.
been since they've turned it into a restaurant, so I still
Yeah,
think
yeah,
it's
'cause
a
you're
hardware
from LA,
store.
yeah.
Oh my God, you
yeah.
have to go.
No, you
It's
have to.
so good. And it's a
Great-
great first date
I
spot.
was literally gonna say great.
Okay, I'm
date
not gonna
spot.
go to West Hollywood for.
No, it's a great date spot.
See,
It is.
I don't mind traveling
Yeah.
because I like to
Yeah.
have the option to leave. Like, I'm like, I gotta go.
I literally made a guy drive from San Diego to go on a first date with me,
That's disgusting.
and he did it.
Honestly, I wish I would have more of that energy in
He
me.
was great, and he got us tickets to the ballet, which I never thought I
The
would do in my life.
ballet?
That's what I said.
The ballet.
But-
TK don't
yeah.
like the ballet, and we don't like the ballet.
No,
I'm like,
it was.
take me to a basketball game, not the ballet.
I'm like, take
Sorry.
me to-
I'm
I'm
not
not-
like a theater
No,
girl.
I'm
or,
not
like,
either.
ballet
But the
arts
initiative
girl.
was nice. The fact that he took the
No, that's
initiative
cute.
to
That's
have
cute.
dinner, and he's like, and I got his tickets to the ballet, and he was a hunka burn in love. He was
Wait,
a
what does that mean?
active Navy.
Oh.
Like,
Wait, what did you say?
hunk.
Hunka? Oh, I think it's the hunka. All right,
Hunka burning love.
Oh,
You know.
hunka burn in love. I'm assuming that's a song.
You don't know that song?
No.
Shrek. Come on.
I'm not a Shrek person.
oh.
Like, you calling me Shrek
You seem
now?
like a huge Shrek
Okay.
person.
You
You actually
calling
kind
me
of look
Shrek
like
now?
Shrek, honestly.
You have a good, yeah. You have a
Okay.
good Shrek
You have like
jaw.
a Shrek vibe.
Post cruise this week.
That's a crazy thing to
definitely been a
say.
bit Shrek.
You kind of are giving Shrek right
Ew.
now.
I'm sorry. Put my hand in.
So,
Zach's coffee.
Anyway, they take us
Take
to
your
the
hand out of my
quote unquote
coffee.
VIP section of Laurel Hardware.
The
Like it's not
couch.
actually VIP,
Yeah.
but like
Yeah.
we were kind of like, wait, and I'm like hugging the guy. I'm like, okay, perfect. He's
And you're
hot.
walking through the restaurant
This
like,
is
hi,
cute.
I'm TK's Juicy
Yes,
Pulse.
no,
Hi,
and
I'm
the like
TK's
host
Juicy
is like,
Pulse."
oh my god, like whatever. She's so nice. I'm like obsessed with her. To this day, I'm friends with her. And we meet up and we sit down. And like as soon as we sit down, I'm like getting to know him. He's getting to know me. We're talking about all of our mutual connections because he ended up being from Indiana as well. And he like lives in LA and like is in the entertainment world. And I was like, oh my god, this is
Corn-fed,
crazy.
baby.
No, and I was like, oh my god, this is my husband, literally.
I love a good
Yeah.
corn-fed man.
And also, don't you? I'm kind of like this too, where I'm like, I want to meet my husband from like New Jersey, but in LA. We both moved to LA.
Yes, I want to meet like another Midwestern man
Yes.
here.
I like
Yes.
a good Midwestern.
All of
man.
my
Me
boyfriends
too.
have been from like Pennsylvania, which is adjacent. Yeah.
Oh yeah, exactly.
I like East Coast guys. Recently went Southern. I like Midwest. Give me some good corn-fed,
Midwest,
meat
yeah.
and taters kind of guy.
They're gentlemen.
They are. Yeah.
They're
I did
Yeah.
a Missourian though. They were a little
Missouri.
Missouri. Bitch, you know what? It was because I was trying to add the en and at the end. Yeah,
Missouri, yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, guys.
Copy.
Sorry.
Okay, so
Okay, so
we're
you make
we're
it to the
chit chatting and we're have so many mutual connections. I feel like there's chemistry. We're vibing, and all of a sudden the manager of Laurel Hardware comes over, and he's like, "Keep in mind, this is literally a first date. Like I am not in the slightest bit like famous." Known, like I am not important at all. I'm like, why are we in this VIP section? I'm just kind of like, huh? And I can tell like the guy I'm with is kind of like, why are we getting moved to here? Like, but I'm not saying anything.
Bless you.
Oh,
So
sorry.
all of a sudden, the manager comes over and he was like, I just wanted to say, like, TK, thank you so much for dining with us tonight. We are so grateful to have you here. We're going to send out a bunch of things on the house, yada, yada, yada. And literally, my date is like,
Who
the
are
hell
you?
are you?
It makes you look so
like,
good.
how do you know my cousin? And like, yeah, like, it was just, like, it's literally, you would have thought I was like the owner of Laurel Hardware's like daughter, you know? Like or like Paris Hilton. Like it
I was
was
say, or you were Paris Hilton. Yeah, yeah.
crazy. Yeah, like I was like, huh? Like I'm trying to not act like super confused, but I'm also trying to not act like, oh yeah, like thanks. Like, you know what I mean? I'm trying to like
Be
just be
cool,
myself,
yeah.
but like nothing about this is cool and normal. You know what I mean? For me.
You're
Yeah.
like, but I'm throwing the fuck off.
So all of a sudden we're like, chit-chatting. They start sending over tequila shots.
Oh.
They start
Yes.
sending over, and because this girl, like, she's my homegirl. Like, she's
Yeah.
like, TK would want tequila. She knows me. She watches my videos. She's like,
Yeah.
she would want tequila shots. She's on a first date. We're gonna send over the Brussels sprouts. We're gonna send over like the salmon. We're gonna send over the pizza. And my poor date is probably like, am I paying for all this? Like,
Oh,
what is
I've
going
been there
on?
too, and I'm like,
right?
no,
You're
no,
like,
no,
oh
no,
my
no.
god, like what?
I'm
Because
like,
they
my
keep
card will
sending
decline.
shots, and like I'm getting drunk. Like,
Oh.
and I'm like,
Ugh,
we're ripping
the
shots.
best.
Like, we're having the best time. Like, I'm not kidding you, to this day, it's like one of the best dates I've ever been on just because it was so insane and like so funny. And he kept coming over being like, is there anything we can do for you guys? Like, we would love to have you in the restaurant again. Like, get so-and-so's number. We can always get you a table. And like, he is literally like, he looked at me and he was like, I'm so sorry, but like, who are you? What is going on? And I'm like, have no idea what's going on right now. Like,
I'm also like, do you want to go to Laurel Hardware tonight?
no, literally. And as we're exiting, the girl's like, "Oh my god, like can I get your whatever?" Or like I don't know if we got a photo. Or I was helping send her resume over to someone, and he was like, "Oh my god, like who are you and who do you know and like what is going on?" And I've never felt like more important in my life.
That
And
is
he
the
was he was such a trooper, and he like handled it super well, and I thought the date went really well, and I definitely had a crush on him afterwards.
But
And
it
no
didn't
second
work
date.
out.
No, it didn't work out. Yeah.
What, so did he not ask, or did you?
So we actually had a second date planned,
Oh.
and then he had to cancel for something, and then he didn't reschedule.
And here's the thing too. That's fine though, because I'm like, don't lie to me. And then it's like, if you don't reschedule, like I got the hint, but also it's the worst when they don't get the hint.
Yeah, but you know what's funny? We actually went on like a couple other like friend
Excursions.
dates. Yeah, we've been
With
to
Dan?
some things. Yeah, we've been on some. Yeah, we've gone to some things together.
Have you ever hooked up?
Plus one? No. But so it was always like, huh? But honestly, we're better as friends.
And I've had that happen too, where I'll go on a date and like one of the better case scenarios that you just come out as friends. The worst when you're like, oh, now I'll speak to this person again, but like you're like, oh, we'll be friends.
No, like he's the best. I'm not
Yeah.
as like into him now as I was.
Yeah.
Like I just feel like I see him with someone else and I see me with someone else.
Yeah.
But like he's awesome. I would like honestly set him up with one of my friends. Like he's great. it's not a good match for us, I don't think.
I'm
But
gonna
you
have
never
And
Do you-
after this year, I'm gonna look up his Instagram and give me his real name.
know.
Well, I'm just curious. I want to see the name.
I'll show
Have
you
you-
photos of him.
Have you found
He'll die
that
if he hears those.
being like a content creator has hurt your dating game?
Yeah, absolutely.
Have you?
I agree. And especially like even I was talking to
Yeah.
a few people on Hinge before the cruise and like they follow me and then I go on this fucking
That's
cruise.
the
My
worst. That's
family
why I won't do
vacations are
apps. I
very,
hate-
very,
yeah.
very rowdy. None of them have spoken to me after. And also
Yeah.
I once brought one of my both boyfriends that I've ever brought home have
Yeah.
broken up with me after. But yeah, it's like so as soon as they see all that, they're like, oh.
I think the thing that isn't fair about being a content creator when you're dating is like they basically know everything about you
Yeah.
before you go on the date.
Yep.
And what's crazy about it is like I can do my stalking. Like I can find like their Zillow house or
Yeah.
like their Venmo or whatever. But like I can't
have them.
actually get a sense of their personality because they're not posting
Yeah.
like videos. And I do YouTube and a podcast. Like
Yeah.
you can really find out a lot about me
Yeah.
It's
by
not-
like
it's
researching
cheating.
me.
It's cheating. I
It
always
is
say
It's
this too.
cheating.
It's
I
cheating.
said
I
this too
agree.
because like when my boyfriend Ryan, we went on the date, and I remember he found out after because at first he was like, oh yeah, like oh you have this Instagram, great, and then of course like a few weeks later he's like, no, I looked you up before I knew exactly who you were, and I'm like,
Yeah, or like they're like, I listen
the
to your
worst,
podcast, or
yeah.
I like watch
or
your video.
that,
I-
But
that
like,
is
I'm like,
such a
I knew
turn off
nothing.
to
I was
me.
like, your Instagram
the
is fucking
thing
private. I
is
knew nothing.
like it is
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not fair.
it is sweet because I'm like, oh, like
I
they
don't find it
watched
sweet.
everything and they still really like me. And
Yes.
I'm very like candid. I'll like do be no makeup,
Oh, yeah.
acne, like whatever. Like I'll just literally look like shit on the internet. I don't care. And the fact that they're still going on a date with me, I'm like, damn, they really
Oh.
liked what they saw. That's sweet
Yeah.
to me. But at the end of the day, it's not fair and it's weird and it sucks because it's like I feel like they're
Yeah.
not actually getting to
Like
know
I
me.
have to do a deep dive. I have to spend time scrolling through your Instagram,
Yeah.
looking up your
Li-
Aunt
guys,
Susan.
LinkedIn is a great
like-
stalking tool.
Oh,
LinkedIn.
yeah.
yeah.
But private mode, you can't.
Oh, of course. Well,
I
I
have-
have a different profile for LinkedIn.
yeah.
I have two. I have one that's like not me.
Smart.
It's a business.
Going to need that
I'm not gonna tell you.
login.
I'm not gonna tell you the business name.
Okay, I'm gonna need that
Jeff
login
has
info
hacks
though.
for days.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's definitely a struggle. Like one time, probably one of my worst dates I went on was this guy. He like literally sits down immediately and he's like, "So I'm on a date with an influencer." That's what he said immediately.
That's
It's so
disgusting.
No, I know.
creepy.
It
I
was so
hate when they
weird.
ask like, "Well, how many followers do you have?"
Well, I've never
or
had
like,
that.
oh yeah, I've had everything.
I've had it too where
Or
like
I've literally had guys say to my face, "Yeah, you're cute, you're great, but I'm not going to date you because I despise what you do for a living." On more than one
never-
occasion.
I also
They're
what's weird,
just
too, is
bitter. They're not
sometimes when they
making
lie,
enough
like,
money.
I've just gone for like a hookup.
That's just weird.
Literally just for a hookup, and like we're going back and forth, and it's like, oh, like what's your name, blah 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 stuff, and then I've showed up for a hookup. We've hooked up. It's like just Grindr appointments, and they're like, oh, like I knew you are Jeff, and I was like, I feel like I followed you, and I'm like, why wouldn't you say that from the jump?
Yeah.
But on the other hand, I've had people on Grindr be like, oh my god, Jeff, I follow you, blah blah, and then I'm also like, so I'm like, you're kind of fucked either way. I don't
Yeah.
know. Or yeah, you don't know me, and then you happen to look
It's like-
beforehand. That's fine.
It's weird when they don't address it, but it's also weird when they do. Like it's a very
It's a
fine. It's a
lose-lose,
dance.
yeah.
I'm like, are you a fan?
I think you
Yeah,
have
I'm
to like not address it at first, and then eventually once you like have the chemistry and you test it, you can be like, okay, I have a confession to
Yeah,
make.
yes,
So I
I
did-
think that's
Yeah,
cute.
you know,
Yes.
it's funny. Even with like
You have
I
to
have
sleep,
with
sneak it in.
friends too. I have a good friend Trisha. I always joke. I'm always like Trisha, fan before friend, because she had followed me before, and then she was like introduced to me.
Fan
Yeah, before like my friend Lauren introduced her, and we're like, oh, but
Fan
it's,
before friend.
and it's just like a joke. But I'm like, oh yeah, it's different. And so that's happened too. Or even like somebody has followed me. I remember last year, and then I happened to meet him out at High Tops in West Hollywood, and I remember he was like, oh, I follow you, and then like that, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's fine, and then just have a nice time, and you assess. So it's like it could go different ways.
That's why I really
Yeah.
want to be set up because
Yeah.
then like my friend or whoever's setting us up can be like, oh my god, she's awesome. She like is an influencer. She does A, B, and C. But like you don't. I feel like you would trust your friend and not need to do like as insane of creeping.
No, I want like
you can be
Patty
like,
Stanger.
I trust
to
you.
set
Wait.
me up.
I'll just go on the date.
So obviously, like you will look in random times, especially like whatever you'll post something, a certain thing, and like it will get you a lot of followers that day. Do you ever look like randomly? I'll just kind of look at like new people that follow me, and I'm like, oh, they're hot, and then I follow them back. Does that ever happen to you guys?
How do you
I
find new
never do
people that
that.
follow you?
What do you mean?
I
In
think
your
that's a guy thing
notifications.
though. I
In
know
your
like
notifications,
male
yeah.
creators look for
Like
hot
if you're going
girls.
through, no, it's just like you're going through here, and like your notifications, like, oh, this person followed me today. whatever.
Oh,
So sometimes I'll
those
kind of
types
catch it, and I'll be
people.
like, wait, he's hot, and then I'll sometimes follow back. I've done. that.
No, I told you I'm skeptical of attractive people. I'm like, why are you following me?
My-
what is your objective?
My guy friend who's a creator and he's straight, he literally met his wife by
Ooh.
her viewing his story.
What's
and
his
he
name?
was like, I'm not saying. He was like, this girl's hot. And he followed her back and then they started dating and now they're married.
Yeah, like I
Because
could
she was just
be-
viewed. She literally just viewed his story.
I have like a few followers, and there's
Yeah,
like
that's
yeah, just a small few. But even one like he had followed me kind of when I started my account years ago. So now we've been following each other for like 6 years because I remember I followed him back, and then finally it was almost weird because like a year or two ago, we finally were like, oh yeah, like we think each other's hot, and we like exchange dick pics. Now we're like we'll do like sexual stuff, and it's like almost like we've
Wait,
known each
what?
other. Yeah, it's almost like we've known each other for years.
you
and it was like,
exchanged dick pics?
I'll be doing it all the time.
Oh yeah, we already
Yeah,
talked
yeah,
about
yeah,
that.
yeah,
We give them
but
out
yeah.
for free.
Yeah, but it's almost like I knew you for years. It's almost like as if I
That's
was
so
like,
Drake
you
of
know,
you.
like well, like going to like college with this person. Finally, we're like, oh yeah, I think you're attractive, and then it's like, oh, so some of these people who I've literally never met in real life, but I feel like we've known for years because now we follow each
Yeah.
other, and I'm like, oh, you're hot, and then yeah.
Okay. And you exchanged dick pics.
Sometimes I just receive. Sometimes listen, if they're hot, I'll
See,
give it back.
It doesn't work because I feel like even the hot guys that follow me, they usually are following me because they like Real Housewives or they want like that sort of
Yeah.
content, and they're like, I'm not interested in you. I'm interested in your content. I'm like, I
My
give up.
demographic is 91%
Gay.
female.
Oh.
Same.
Yeah.
Oh, I was like, wait, what?
No.
Oh.
and,
90 yeah.
and probably like the 8% that are men are probably gay.
Yeah.
And then like the 2% are literally, or the 1% is literally like straight guys I know, or the occasional, this girl's hot, I'm going to follow her.
Yeah.
Okay. But do you post like thirsty stuff?
No, I don't really post
See,
thirst
you should
traps.
post more thirst traps.
When I do post a thirst trap, that's when
Often.
it
That's
is
just
trap,
not really
that's when you
me.
get, but it's not even a lot. Here's the thing: a lot of times it will literally be me, like either like laying outside or something so random, and we'll happen to show like a calf or like a foot or something, and they're like, "What a thirst trap!" I'm like, "That's actually not what it was." But then they'll like send dick pics, and I'm like, "That actually wasn't even a thirst trap."
See,
Or
men are
wasn't-
crazy.
I do
See,
like.
That's
but
not-
like, don't send me an unattractive dick.
I
pic.
also love like
and like
I
clean your
hate
bedroom, clean your
unsolicited-
mirror.
I hate unsolicited dick pics, personally.
if it's not nice.
They're usually not
if,
nice.
If they're nice and you're attractive, then I'll take it.
They're usually
No,
not
But how
nice.
do you?
I don't ever
yeah.
want a dick pic, honestly. I don't ever want to see a dick pic.
Try being gay. They'll send you a picture of their fucking butthole.
Yeah, that's aggressive. That is
Literally?
aggressive.
no!
Yes.
No!
Yeah.
Ass
Yes.
spread. Just.
Wait, how do you even take that?
I don't know.
Tripod?
I guess timer.
Timer and tripod?
Well,
then
no,
they're
normally
leaning
they're
down
like
and they're-
from the floor,
And they're pulling
like
cheeks
yeah,
apart. Yeah.
Point
It's,
five?
like, on the
Point
floor.
five.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Wide lens. Wide lens.
Wait, no, we need to go in the detail. What does like
Well,
that
no,
look
I don't.
like?
I don't
Are
want to see
they-
the detail.
Like
Are they
bent
over?
over?
So
Yeah,
can you
like
see
the
their
phone.
face?
so like
no,
a lot of times it'll be like
because they're like, I'm gonna be
Yeah.
discreet.
Mysterious.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
There's nothing
Or
mysterious about a
sometimes
butthole.
yeah, it's never it's always like they're leaned over on their knees, hands on the ground.
On their knees.
on
Yeah.
their- oh, well,
So they're not spreading their
Yeah.
cheeks
Well,
so
like-
they are.
with their hands.
Yeah, because it's
Yeah.
self timer.
Self-timer.
because
So
the
they have,
phone's like, on
Lens
the
Buddy
floor.
up.
Yeah.
Oh, I use Lens Buddy too.
So they have Lens Buddy up.
What is
I
lens
realize,
buddy up?
I realize I think it's actually distorts pictures, FYI. So unless they want to sponsor us, no, I'm just kidding. It's a self timer thing. But yeah, and I feel like they're doing that. Or sometimes they'll have some wild angle, and they're like, it's like from the ceiling, and they're on the bed with their ass cheeks spread.
So they have their Octobuddy up on the ceiling.
What's an octobuddy?
This. I call it my Octobuddy.
What is that?
no.
Wait, you don't know what this is?
No,
bitch, look at
that
this phone.
sticks to
Wait,
things.
y'all. Like, literally.
Oh my god!
I
Tay-Tay.
need one of those.
It's my Octopussy.
Wait,
So it's like
How
okay
do-
for
So
people
you put it
listening.
on,
that
like, a
can't-
mirror.
Well, here,
Is
show it
that
to the
on-
camera, and then for people listening, it's literally like tentacles on the
My
back of her phone
Octopussy.
that can make her
Is
phone
that,
stick to
So I put
things
it on-
pricey?
No, it's literally $2 on
Oh.
Amazon. Use
I'm
my
like,
link.
What's the cost
within
here?
your budget.
Um,
my budget? Okay.
Yeah, perfect. $2 in your budget.
Yeah, cool.
So you can put it on like mirrors, windows. Like I'll show you what I filmed with it today.
I
Well,
need
I'm
one of
a-
those to put on the mirror.
Yeah.
And then you can take better butthole
This
pictures,
is-
Jeff.
I do not, and I would.
Like
I've
today I
never
was
taken
filming
a
as
butt.
I was getting ready and this is on my mirror.
Oh, I like your apartment lighting.
Oh, you love downtown.
I knew you were gonna say it, and I was
Sounds
like, why did I say it? Okay, Tay Tay.
But like, isn't that crazy?
Wait. Okay, Octopussy, or what is it called?
My
Okay, well-
Octopussy.
Oh yeah, that's what you were saying, right?
Yeah.
I was like, wait, did I?
It's
did I
called an
come-
Octobuddy, but I call it my Octopussy.
I love it.
I will.
You can put your pussy anywhere.
There you go.
It's crazy. I put it
There
on like
you
my
go.
car window.
My pussy's on the car window.
No,
all the time.
my pussy is literally everywhere.
Have I what? I'm nervous. What do you
Ever
mean?
taken a butthole picture?
I literally never.
I just
Ever,
think they're
ever,
not
ever, ever.
like
no,
who
there's
wants
no
to
way
take-
people are sending those for real.
Yes.
Disgusting.
Literally, and it's
I'll show you
usually
one.
like we said, bent over, cheeks spread.
They're
I
just
swear,
like
and also
sending it.
especially on Grinder. I'll load Grinder right now. I guarantee you, one of my most recent messages. Somebody.
Jeff
I
loves
usually
to load
just
Grindr.
delete them. I guarantee you, one of them is just a fucking hole.
So
Some of them are disgusting.
they have this like propped up on like either the Octobuddy or like a tripod. They're bent over with.
No, usually it's not even propped up. It's on. It's literally like
Okay,
on
wait,
the
hold
floor
on. I
against
have a
the
good
wall like
example,
that,
actually.
and then you
Hold
just
on.
bend
Is
over.
this
and
normal in the gay world?
Clearly,
Yeah,
if
hold
Jeff,
on,
yeah,
hold on.
Jeff and I.
So like literally, I'll open my phone. This one's a little
Guys,
different one.
this
Hold
is
on.
like no.
That's
What are
not
you
even a
showing
bad
her?
one.
Oh, that's not even a bad
That's
one.
not even a bad
Normally
one.
they're way
They're like
worse
wide
than that.
open. That's just like whatever. And then he sent me this.
Wait,
too.
but that
wait,
was
and
from
then he
a
wait,
diff-
wait,
that
wait.
was from
And then this one too.
That was
and
like
then
a
wait,
down,
wait, take,
a
take.
downward.
Ah! Because he sent that too.
Oh, that's
Yes,
the
I
worst.
hate
When
this,
they
I
put
hate
things
this.
Okay, okay.
inside themselves,
Yeah, how do you think
that's
we go unsolicited we get this shit?
yeah.
Men are so scary.
So that's
I
what I
hate
say
men.
about that's
I
what
hate
say,
men.
But that's what I say about being gay. It's like a lot of times with like a straight couple, they're like, oh yeah, these men like they're sexual. So it's like yeah, you put two of them together. Gay
Yeah.
people are disgusting.
Yeah. Speaking of disgusting, do you guys want to play a
Yeah, let's
game?
play the game. I love the
Let's
game.
fucking date.
Let's.
Well, no, this is let's fucking play.
Oh, let's fucking play.
There's
didn't-
let's fucking
Oh, yeah,
date,
there's
let's
let's
fucking
fucking
play,
date.
and
Yeah.
let's fucking fuck, right?
Yep.
Or let's fucking
I
Is
am
this
bang.
not
the
sure.
most tame of the games?
This is, I believe, the most tame of the
I
games.
hope so.
So it's Serena
Vanderwood.
Kerrigan.
Kerrigan.
Van
And
Woodson.
so she always does it for the plot. I
No,
always
she
say
really
that.
is like the real life.
I
Serena
literally
Van Der
always
Woodsen.
say
Oh, I know who she
that
is.
She's
everything
born and
I-
raised in New York.
I say that everything that I do is for the plot, and people don't understand. I'm like,
No.
Serena says that this is for the plot.
Okay.
Okay. Do you want to start?
You. Yeah.
So
get to ask
how
the
do we
table
play?
a
I've never
question.
played yet.
They're
So
just
I ask the
question prompts.
table.
Yeah.
just question
This
prompts,
one,
okay.
in this case, we'll ask the table the
conversations,
question.
Maybe I'll take these on a date conversation.
Okay,
Oh God.
this is second base, I guess.
Okay.
Telling each
They're
other
all
what
mixed up.
prescriptions you
N-
take.
No.
Oh.
She's
What?
gonna ask you a question.
Oh,
This
okay,
is the
sorry.
category.
Oh, okay, okay.
The question is
okay.
FaceTime or phone sex?
FaceTime. Who the
FaceTime.
fuck has phone sex anymore? This isn't 2004, where you have to wait until you get free minutes after 9 p.m.
FaceTime. I want your pubes in my face. Okay.
What is okay? What is yours?
I'm neither.
Neither.
Neither, yeah.
Oh, you're just an in-person kind of gal.
Yeah, I'm an in-person kind of gal.
Okay.
Do you want to go, Jeffrey?
Yeah.
I don't do nudes, any of that.
Have you ever faked it? Of course.
Of course.
Yeah.
Which I know
All
can be
the
tougher with a
time.
guy. Sometimes I'll be like, oh, I can't.
I've faked it more than it's been real.
I'll act like it's just like in my hand. I'll be like jerk off. And I'm like, oh yeah. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, there are all sorts of tricks that
Or
guys
like, yeah,
can
if you're
do.
inside, they're like, oh, I came. They're like, oh,
Yeah,
your load feels so good. You're like, oh, really?
Yeah.
There's nothing there. Like,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, yeah, you can. Yeah, but the jerking off one could like jerk off next to each other, and I'll literally be like, oh, and then but like literally there's nothing in my hand. Yeah,
And they just act like they
yeah, and they're like,
Okay.
ugh, and I'm like,
And
get
they
out of
believe
here, loser. Okay,
loser. Okay.
What's the best
Where-
piece of sex advice that you've ever gotten?
Zachary.
From me?
Well, that's your question. You picked it.
And I'm asking the table.
Oh.
Oh. Well, everything that my first boyfriend taught me, I talked about this.
Oh,
in that
yeah, he
episode,
talked about this. His
Trained
first
me very
boyfriend
well.
taught him how to do everything.
Just was
hang from the ceiling.
No, that's not true. I'm like, maybe I will learn. No, I'm just kidding. Just really just trained me into an elite individual.
What was the question one more time?
Best sex advice you've ever received.
Best sex advice.
Yes.
Best sex advice. It's a great question. I'm trying to think of like actual advice I've gotten.
Yeah, that's kind of hard. I feel like nobody
Open
gave
up.
me advice.
I'm like,
Open
who's
up.
given me like great advice? I guess my advice I would give
okay.
is I feel like as females, a lot of times we think about like ourselves in the sense like, oh my God, is he looking at this? Or like we
Yeah.
are so focused on like
Hypercritical,
pleasing.
yeah.
And like I'm just here to tell you, like, he doesn't give a fuck about any of that. Like, he's just happy to be in the same bedroom as you
Yeah.
and be in your presence. So like try to get out of your own head to relax.
Yeah, see, I'm more in my own head about myself during sex
Totally.
more than I am about
Yeah,
my
but like
partner.
I'm telling
Body
you,
conscious
he doesn't.
wise?
Yeah.
I think about
And even
everything was.
performance-wise,
performance, yeah.
how do I look? How do I smell? How do I
Is he
taste?
enjoying this? Like, I think I'm me
Does he
and
like
a
me
lot of
better than
females.
his ex?
Yeah, it's just a
Yeah.
lot of. I feel like
Okay.
a lot of people, especially
Okay.
females, get in their
A
head.
lot of intellectual dialogue going on, internal dialogue. I mean, I think we talked to a therapist.
Yeah, but like I
I
just think
should
it's
talk about
hard,
this story on Disaster Daters. all
especially
that
with
stuff.
females. It's hard to like really enjoy yourself while having sex because I feel like you're so like in your head.
So
sometimes.
what advice do
I
you
mean,
have?
I've been in my
So my advice would be to try to get out of your head.
yeah,
and,
just enjoy yourself.
so get drunk before.
whatever it takes to let loose for you, and just realize he doesn't give a fuck about the things you're hyperfixating on.
He's literally like, I have. A
He's
vagina
literally,
here.
I'm so
That's it.
yeah. He's literally like, I'm so happy I'm here right now.
You're right. I'm so happy I'm here right
Yeah.
now.
Is that how you approach sex?
No, and it's funny because even like I said, this past weekend I was hooking up with somebody, and like I kind of like. Well, I was just like a little bit drunk, and we were like listening to Taylor Swift, and it was throwing me off. And I kind of was like, "Oh, I was like, I don't think I can come." I was kind of like losing my boner, blah blah blah. I was like, "We're listening to Taylor Swift," but you're like, "Yeah," and you're in your head, and then I'm like, "It's fine. He's gonna come. It's fine. Who cares?" And then I was like, "We gotta go."
Thank you for that.
I was also kind of drunk. Yeah.
Okay, last round.
Third base.
Wait, last round.
Yeah.
Let's do one more.
You keep okay, fine.
Okay.
We'll do one more round. after.
Wait, did you draw one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What's the first thing that comes to mind when I say play?
Play that motherfucking song by J Lo.
Like the button, yeah.
Oh, J Lo.
Like the play button. Oh no, I was thinking like an actual play button.
Remember her song "Play" and then she pauses and goes, "Play
No.
that motherfucking song."
No, I don't.
You
know
guys
that
are
song.
both uncultured.
Sorry.
Okay.
I
Well,
know-
what's yours,
Play.
Tay-Tay?
I was thinking like I was thinking like a playpen, like the balls. So sexual.
like
we're
a
clear-
McDonald's playpen.
Yeah.
That's-
Obsessed.
little romp around, little
Yeah.
Chuck E. Cheese.
So cheeky.
You guys do the exact same thing. You just pick from the
new one?
top of the
Wait,
deck.
New one because we already asked
Oh,
this
oops.
the other day. Hold on. Give me a new one. I asked that to Darren. oh, fuck. How often do you masturbate?
Not that often.
I mean,
I'm not answering that.
I don't really care. I guess a lot.
Period.
Like 5 times a day.
It's if I'm like home.
Men are
Yeah.
Horny.
yeah.
Yeah. If I'm home like all day, yeah. Whatever.
Jeff, how do you have the stamina for that?
I don't know.
What's your favorite part of your body?
My calves.
My lips.
Oh, you have great lips.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Are they natural?
They are.
I could tell.
Mine too.
Thank you.
What's your
Oh,
favorite part
you
of your
have great
body?
lips too.
Thank you.
What's your favorite part of your body?
I don't know.
You have to say one. Gun to your head. Gun to your head. Gun to your head. Go, 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 go. Go, go, go. Gun to your head. Go.
I don't know. I don't think I have a favorite part
What?
of it. I'm dead.
That's crazy. You have
You
a
have
great
a great
jawline. You have
smile.
a very great
Oh,
jawline.
yeah.
Oh yeah, I like my jawline.
I was editing pictures and I was
Okay,
like, Zack
jawline.
has
I
a
like my
great
jawline.
Yeah, you have a great jawline.
I like my
I do
Every
not.
one of those pictures, he was like cutting people up.
Yeah, you have amazing jawline.
Yeah,
Have
I
you
do
guys
like
done
my
like the
jawline.
cover art and everything for this?
Oh yeah, you
Oh,
want to
yeah.
see
Yeah, I
it?
would love to.
Yeah. Let's get an on-air reaction.
Okay. On air
Okay.
reaction.
Yeah,
to
because
the
we're taping
iconic
all of these
cover
before
art.
we've even launched.
Yeah, we're taping all of them, and they're just gonna be all out in the zeitgeist. Tay-Tay number 1.
Oh my god, everybody's
Maybe we make
texting
Tay-Tay
me.
number 2.
Everybody's texting me about
I'm
Jeff.
ready to bump her up.
Lewis.
I'm ready to bump her up.
Wow,
Jeff-
I'm beyond honored.
Okay, but are you getting a lot of texts? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, everyone's texting me about Jeff Lewis. He just announced that I'm going on his show.
Oh, do you know my middle
And
Oh,
name?
you are?
everybody's like,
My
yeah.
middle name is Lewis,
Awesome.
and that's why everyone's like, "Oh, just drop your last name, dude. Your middle name." But Jeff Lewis is in the
Lewis.
same space,
Yeah.
so I'm fucked.
Can you go by like, so my Instagram name is TK's Juicy Polls. Could you like go by like a cheeky fun, like, do you know what I mean? Like you could make something up.
Yeah, if you can come up with it, please.
Okay.
Yeah,
Look at this is our
circle
cover
back
art.
on that.
Wait, love the
Do
green.
you love it? Oh, I made that pop, by the way.
He made that pussy pop.
Yeah, I
No.
do love it.
Yeah, I made it like pop, pop, pop. It was almost like more of like
Disaster
a.
daters.
It was like a dark green, almost like a little tealish. It was very and I was like, I'm gonna.
Wait, this is so fun. You
Thank
guys, all
you.
the lighting is great.
Thank you. Also,
It's all Jeff.
yeah,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Great job.
I do photography. That's why.
And your hair looks great.
Thank you.
Plugs.
Thank you, bitch. I wish I could afford it.
Somebody, I posted like a teaser of it, and somebody's like, "Did Jeff get hair plugs?" And I'm like, "No,
You're like, he cannot afford that.
that's literally
He
what I said."
cannot afford a date. I will say sometimes, and that's why all the time I'll always like pick a cheaper restaurant or whatever, and sometimes like let's go here, and then like we're going and he's like ordering shit for the table, and I'm like, again going back to like, are we splitting this? What's
See, I
happening?
can't with that when it comes to like birthday dinners.
All
Don't
right,
even
you know
get
what
me
somebody just told
started.
me?
Don't even get me
No,
started.
it actually makes me ill.
Oh my God.
My friend that moved to Spain just said this is the best thing I've ever heard. In Spain, if you invite people to your birthday dinner, the person's whose birthday it is, they pay.
They
And
pay.
It's a very exclusive thing. It's like you get invited. There's only like a few people. You're very honored, and they pay. And I'm like, great. I've turned down many a birthday dinner because I'm like, I'm not doing that bullshit.
I can't with the birthday
It's
dinners.
disgusting.
No.
It's just there's so many, and everyone acts like it's like, you know, the most important thing in the world. And like, I love you. I love celebrating my friends,
But you're 37. Like,
yeah,
come on.
or but, like we're an acquaintance. Like, why am I getting invited to your birthday dinner?
Do
You know what I
also,
mean?
I've literally like not gone to pretty good friends' weddings because I'm like, I'm not paying for this shit.
Yeah, it's expensive.
Especially a destination I do not play that
Weddings
game.
are expensive.
My friend, I had gone on
That's a
rants
big
about this. She
expectation.
had a destination wedding in Mexico, and I was like, I will not be coming. That's not.
Well, they can't get mad if you
no.
can't come.
Well, I also didn't go to the bachelorette, which I was invited to. That was in Palm Springs. It's like a whole thing for a weekend. I
Yeah.
was like, I'm not paying all this money. It's
That's
stupid.
expensive.
I don't
as
go to
hell.
weddings because I believe in love. I go for the open bar.
And it wasn't a fucking open
Yeah,
bar.
that's a red flag.
It's
That's a
big
hard
red
no.
flag.
Wait,
Oh,
it wasn't?
No, they were like, also, it's like some like religious bullshit. No.
I will say I do love a destination wedding, especially if it's a fun destination. Like the best destination wedding I've ever been to was in Cape Town, South Africa, and
Wow.
we went on safari, and it was like the best trip of my life.
What kind of elite friends do you have?
No, it was crazy. I know this is giving like Laurel hardware.
Yeah, okay.
It's
Laurel
my
Hardware.
friend at
know?
Laurel.
She's like, don't you know
Who I
TK's
will.
Juicy
I
Pulse?
cannot wait to see his Instagram after this. By the way.
Oh yeah, I've got to show you. But yeah, anyway, that was super fun because I would never probably plan a trip there.
Yeah.
Even though I've always wanted to go.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
That's one good thing about weddings is they will take you to places
you
might
wouldn't
not
normally go. Yeah.
Yeah. If it's a
Okay.
good location and there's an open bar, I will consider it.
Yeah.
There's a good location in this.
And we're good
Because like, the
friends.
chances are
And if
like
my
your marriage
account
is not
is
going to
not
last.
in the negatives.
Okay, well, I don't know about that. Maybe.
If my account is not in the negatives, I will.
Do you want to get married?
Yeah, I do.
Do you want to get married?
I want to get married and have kids. Would
Oh,
love to.
amazing.
Would
How
love-
many kids do you want?
I mean, I love kids. I think just for the sake of like, whatever, like 2 to 3.
2, 3.
Yeah,
I want kids for sure.
I love
Yeah.
kids.
Me
I want
too.
Kids. People are like, you have to stop saying that. I'll be like, I love little kids, and like Jeffrey Epstein, stop saying that. I know, my friend. And I'm like, what? I can't help it, guys. I'm like, I want to be a father.
Yeah.
I mean, in that way, I love my
Aw.
niece. But yeah, all of a sudden I'm like, oh my god, this kid's so adorable. Like, I love kids. We'll be like CrossFit, and they're like, stop saying it out loud. I'm like, why? Or I'll go to comment on people's posts with like their kids. And I'm like, adorable.
No.
I know. Sometimes Instagram has deleted
Okay,
my
you have to
comments.
change your name.
Well,
like
what-
on.
Can you brainstorm for me?
It needs to be like
No,
Jeff.
don't entertain this conversation.
We started
I've
that
had
his
this
live show one time,
conversation
too, yeah.
so many times. We're not entertaining this anymore.
Okay.
I'll tell you really quickly. a
'Cause
fun
he's
fact.
not
Wait,
gonna
hold on.
do it.
Real quick,
That's the
a
thing.
fun fact before we wrap up. I was actually going to, not going to, but I brainstormed some names and like I got this from somewhere. I said, okay, Jeff Connors. I pulled that name. It was like there was a story
Great
behind
name.
it. Wait, hold on. Then I ended up dating a boy with the last name Connors. I was gonna say his first name, but I don't do all that. And then I was like, oh my god, what if that was fucking wild? That's also the one that the twin brother with the same name. It's all wild. And I was like, this is so crazy. We were meant to be. We should get married, but we obviously broke up. Now I'm like, I can never do that name. It'd be so weird. But that's what I was gonna do.
But
And my boyfriend before that one is the one that came up with it. Anyways, go ahead.
yeah, the guy he's in love with, his last name is Connors, and he doesn't want to change his last name to Connors
No,
because
my boyfriend, yeah.
my thing is, unhinged and crazy are already part of your brand,
So just
and
do
Jeff
it.
Connors is better than Jeff Epstein. So just commit to it. Do it for the plot.
I would.
That's so next level psycho though to do it.
What to change?
He
it?
would be like, "What? You changed it to my last name?"
Oh,
His ex next level,
Yeah,
yeah.
that would be crazy.
But like, what Zach is saying is it's so on brand that like, why haven't I
Yeah.
done it yet?
I think you should just change it to something that's like my Instagram name because people like who don't know me that know me on the internet, they'll just call me TK's Juicy Pulse.
Oh yeah,
That's
see,
a
why don't
long
you do
name.
that?
But like, what if you like?
what,
There's
Jeff's
a guy.
Juicy Juice?
No, there's a guy on
Jeff's
YouTube
Juicy
that I like. Do you
Thighs.
know There's a
Thick
guy.
Mike Jeff.
His name's Hey Big Mike, and people call him Hey Big Mike.
Wait, I follow a porn star that's Big Mike XXL or something. Or,
Okay, well,
anyways.
I don't.
Okay,
I
sorry.
don't think it's the same
Okay,
person.
okay. Well, Big
But
Mike, yeah.
like his, do you know what I mean? Like people's usernames,
like-
like stick
Jeff's Juicy Thighs. I don't know.
yeah,
something crazy.
Or like Jeff Spirals or like
Hey.
I thought about doing
Oh,
like
Jeff
or, like,
Spirals.
thought
I
about
like
doing,
Jeff
Jeff
Spirals.
Spirals is really good.
I thought about doing like Manic Jeff or something.
Yeah.
Well, 'cause
Manic Jeffrey.
my podcast is Manic with the Epsteins or Manic with Jeff Epstein,
Manically
yeah.
Jeff.
I think Jeff Spirals.
Jeff Spirals.
Sure.
That
Jeff.
is
What if
sounds
it's
like a
available?
celebrity name.
Jeff Spirals.
Then you need to do
Well,
it
will
now
they
before
know
we
that
release
that's
this.
not my
Jeff
name?
Spirals
and
underscore.
and that's actually a verb. Will they know that it's
Spirals under-
no? But will they know that it's not my name and that it's a verb? Will they think Spirals is actually my last
Well,
name?
who cares?
Who gives a shit?
Guys, the branding here is a little off.
No, I think
It's
you need
better
to
than
proper
Jeff
direction.
Epstein.
Yeah.
What if I have to do like Jeff Spirals like 127?
Jeff Spirals
No.
underscore.
So here's another thing. Even when I was doing this, because I switched it to It's Jeff Epstein, I was like, I don't want a fucking underscore. Do you have an underscore in TK Juicy
Jeff
Juice Juice?
Spiral
Mm-mm.
69.
In TK Juicy Couture? Wait, you also should get a Juicy Couture sponsorship.
Brand
because
deal, I know.
Yeah, why?
Yeah.
I know. I want that to happen. Juicy, hit me up.
Hit Juicy up.
Juicy, hit me up.
Well,
Anyway,
anywho, this was
On that
lovely.
note, where
Thanks
can
so much
people
for
listen to your
having me.
podcast?
Yeah.
my podcast is called Making Moves. It's all about making money, dating, and business moves. And you can follow me on YouTube, Spotify, literally wherever you get your podcasts. Go follow. And my Instagram and TikTok and all that is at TK's Juicy Polls.
And you do polls all the time.
I do.
I love polls.
They're fun.
I'm gonna give you a follow right after
Oh
this.
my god, I can't wait
Oh,
to
I
follow you
believe we
back.
don't follow each other, yeah.
I know, that's
Sad.
crazy.
Yeah, it's sad.
All right.
Thanks so much for having me, guys. I'm
Thanks
so
for
excited
being
for
here.
you.
I can't wait to get into the polls.
Can't wait for you to vote. Can't wait to have you.
Thank you. And I'm now legally allowed to vote, by the way.
There we go.
Now
Perfect.
he's no longer a felon.
Well, no, I still am, but I was not a felon on probation. Anyways, but
Congrats.
thank you.
All right. That's
Until next time,
until next time. Well, where can they follow you, Jeffrey?
it's Jeff Epstein.
At Jeff
For now-
Spirals
for
underscore
now,
underscore.
It's Jeff Epstein on Twitter and Instagram. Yeah, for now.
Yeah.
Zack.
And listen to No Filter with Zack Peter
Yeah.
all week long. In between disaster daters.
Okay. Bye bye.
Billy.